Hey there, happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining me today on Smarter Real Estate. I'm Julie Tam, managing broker of LYN REALTY in Houston. And today I have the video that I promised about a house that I listed in the Oak Forest area and sold actually rather quickly, just a 14-day list time. And I was going to show you the before and after to take you through the process of what we did to get this property ready for sale. It was a lot of work. It took quite a few months of me partnering with the seller and the remodeling company and just getting everything done and ready to list. Of course, the seller did a lot of heavy lifting with having to literally coordinate all of it, getting rid of all the stuff, clearing out the house, and then making decisions as far as remodeling. I was there to guide, to give suggestions on colors, materials, what needed to be done in terms of breaking down walls, shifting things in the house, inside and outside. There was a lot of work. This was a home built in the 1960s, and it was the original owner, a previous generation. Then one by one, residents passed away, and ultimately the next generation inherited this property and then decided they wanted to sell it. This is, of course, a very personal situation, and so we definitely do not want to make light of this. Often people see the before and after, and it's kind of like a comic thing, like, wow, look at what a disaster this home was, and then look what the amazing things that, look the amazing things that we did. And, certainly that's the case here, but I definitely want to be sensitive too to the fact that, this was a lifetime of things, and there were things going on in these people's lives. There were health problems and other issues here that were causing sort of just this downward slide of the condition of this property. And so we definitely came in and really spruced it up and found some great buyers who want to make memories of their own and start their family in this home. And they have plans for their pets and then hopefully future human children. So it's really great to be able to have one family story go from one generation to the next, and then be able to pass this home on to an entirely new family and let them write their brand new story now with a brand new house. It looks like, when you see the photos, it's pretty unbelievable. So I've created a little PowerPoint presentation. It's not anything fancy, just showing you before and after. I'll take you through the main areas of what we did and explain to you how we got there. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. This is 5807 Viking. And the first photo you're going to see is the exterior. Give me 1 second to just adjust some sizes here. Okay. As you can see, I'm going to use my mouse and try to follow it here, this little black pointed, arrow. There's a lot of water stains going on and dirt from buildup over literally about 60 years, 6 decades. Stickers on the front window. This is an old kind of yellowish brick, obviously dated. The first generation of owners of this property did an add-on. So this was originally a one-story home. They added on the second floor, okay? And you can see the garage doors, they're dark. It's just not a very inviting look. The grass is kind of dead up front and whatnot. And so we definitely needed to liven up this exterior. The only really good looking thing in this picture is a beautiful blue sky with the sun shining down. Keep in mind the before pictures, and I'm sorry, I was looking above the screen because my screen share is actually on top, and so my eyes were not looking directly into the camera. But anyway, so these before pictures were just me shooting them for informational purposes before we listed the house. So it's not trying to be great professional photography or anything like that. The after pictures that you'll see are professionally shot and include staging. And so I'll try to separate so that you can see the fact that, the staging is furniture and decor that's been added into the space. But even without that, the new materials and the layout and everything are a huge improvement. Okay, so here is the exterior after. You can see the before and after, and what a difference. New landscaping across the front here, new mulch, new cute little shrubbery. This window, the burglar bars were taken off, stickers removed. We repainted the entire exterior to white. So painted over the brick, over the siding, replace the entire roof. So it's now a nice kind of a dark gray charcoal color as opposed to this old, a brown color. New number plate on the front of the house, new dark painted gutters. There were actually no gutters up here, only this part in the old, the before picture. In the after picture, you can see this part was straightened out because this addition here at the top was not done, extremely well. And see again, those dark, almost black gutters coming down here. And yeah, what a difference. And actually on the day we had to shoot the photos to try to get it listed ASAP, we weren't having good weather that week. But sometimes you just got to go with what you have. And at least it wasn't pouring down rain, but it was a cloudy day. But obviously if we swapped the two skies, this after picture would look even nicer. And as you can see on the very extreme right and left of the photo is the new gate for the fence, because the previous one was chain link. It just didn't look good. Chain link kind of doesn't really have a very nice, homey, inviting feeling to it. And so, wow, curb appeal is so important, and this transformed it. Right along the side here, if you see where my mouse is moving, is a new rock garden. So that was filled in with rocks. Sometimes that is actually an easy way to where you can do something, but without having extra landscaping. And especially if it's a planting season where it's not the best, it's like frigid cold and you're afraid the plants are going to die or whatnot. So that's definitely an option. And here we're just going to show you the after picture a little bit larger so you can see more clearly what it looks like. The next one is showing you the front porch. So as you can see, you've got this really old paint. We actually kept this because we thought, you know what, it provides a support rather than trying to replace it with something else and then incur additional costs, because obviously there is a budget in mind here, right? More than $100,000 was spent on this home. You can see where the old, dying grass, not just kind of unkempt area where we added the rock garden, the gutters here with the peeling paint from before, all of this underside, just, not looking the best. This old tile, again, we could have just totally changed it out, but that was another area where we thought, we could save a little bit of money and actually leave a little bit of the charm of the previous property. And so you can see the after right here. We did not actually end up using this photo on the listing because it was a little bit dusty, but this just shows you what was done. So this ironwork was painted black. The front door, we got rid of this old metal storm door, again, not very good looking, and just repainted the front door a shade of black. And then here's the rock garden that you can see, and a little bit closer up on the white painted brick and how this underside of the roof overhang was also painted white. The mailbox went from white to black here. And so it just really freshened things up. And there was some sort of charm about this tile. It was still in good shape. So keeping it kind of just, gave it that charm, but everything else was freshened up. And so this home, sold, it was on the market for just 14 days and sold really quickly, considering the market that had actually slowed down because of higher interest rates in the first quarter of 2023. And you can see also in this photo, the garage door was painted from that dark, color to white. Okay, the next photo is going to show the inside of the entry. So a lot of work was done here. This is a little more complicated. I've got actually two before photos because I want to show you from two different angles so you get the full picture. The first photo here is if I am coming in the front door is like over here. If this picture was widened out, the front door would be all the way over here. It's actually down a hallway. And so, it's a bit of a distance. And then you walk in the front door, and when you turn the corner here to kind of look toward the rest of the house to the right, the living area behind you, and from that view would then be the hallway leading to the bedrooms. But looking this way, you can see how closed off it is because of this big wall. What is this big wall? It's this thing right here. So you can see this part is actually extending a little bit past the front door. And then here, the front door is like somewhere here, but behind this set of built-in cabinets and shelving unit here. This is really great in terms of being a built-in, and we actually consider like just redoing it, right? Just like refurbishing the cabinets or replacing the cabinets, but keeping just maybe this section, like this front section, but opening this up so that when you come in the front door, this whole area is open. But then we just decided, the seller decided actually, to just get rid of it entirely. That way, you just would have everything completely open and not trying to do this extra work of, oops, hold on, I accidentally clicked to the after too fast. Then you wouldn't have to do all of the extra work with the cost of like rebuilding any part of it. And updating and refreshing it. So this way we would just get rid of the whole thing. You can see the wood paneling inside, which was really popular in the 60s. Could be actually really nice and elegant, if it was updated to a new color, but we decided to go ahead and get rid of it. And also this tile flooring down here, all this carpet, just getting rid of it. All the carpet in here, as you can see. So this very closed off area, now we can jump to the before and after. You can see it completely opened up. So this wall over here, without the built-ins here, opened up this amount of space too, right? Because the built-ins would have jutted out a few feet. So we got rid of that. And then you can see, the front door is the black paint. Here's a coat closet over here on the after photo. The new luxury vinyl plank flooring in a more modern color, kind of like a grayish color, looking really nice. And you can see all of this furniture and the decor is staging. And so you see how much brighter the space is. The paint is now white. We've gotten rid of the wood panels. The beam at the top here of this vaulted ceiling is still there, which is a fresh coat of paint over the entire interior, because now the vaulted ceiling with beam look is in again. And so that's, a nice feature to keep. And here's just a picture of the entry by itself. Okay, moving on to the living room. So we saw a glimpse of the living room already. This area down here with a big stain in the carpet is basically the living room. And then over here is the dining. You can see how dark and just really kind of depressing it is. With these dark curtains over here. And the space is not very well defined either, right? Because you can't tell, like, where exactly can I put a dining table? They have this little table over here. There's bar stools up here, kind of an eat-in like breakfast bar, which is a peninsula that juts out from the wall. You've got the fur down and everything. So the kitchen's very small and closed off. Just not very welcoming at all. Old style chandelier at the top there. And look at the transformation. It's almost like we went from nighttime to daytime, just bright and beautiful. You can see a new modern ceiling fan installed coming down from that beam. The staging you can see, and here where there's a dining table, it nicely defines the space. So now we know where we can put our table, and we got rid of this old dark curtains. You can see the after picture, new sliding glass door installed. This window, actually all of the windows on the first floor of the house, which is the main house, were replaced with double pane because they were single pane. They skipped doing the garage apartment. They left that single pane because the cost was getting a lot, and that was just kind of an area they decided to save money on, they being the sellers. And then what the remodeler did was also add, I want to go ahead and click the full picture so maybe you can see a little bit better. This window sill is covered in the quartz, same countertop material as is used in the kitchen. And you can see the kitchen is opened up tremendously. Okay, we'll take a look at this a little bit closer up, but the fur down has been removed. The whole peninsula has been removed. It's been completely reconfigured. It's an incredible transformation, and it's turned into an island instead, which still allows you to put a couple of bar stools to make it an eat-in island. And if we look at this next picture of the dining room, you can see from this angle just how closed off and dark the kitchen is. I mean, you wouldn't really want to be in the kitchen, and especially if you're working behind this wall, you don't even see the rest of your living area, and you can't really connect with your family very well. So just not a good situation. You can see the dirty yellowed vents for the AC up on the wall there. But look at this transformation. Wow. Okay, so instead of this in the before picture, right? This was just like a little area that's not very useful anymore. It's almost like a butler's pantry. Now they've actually opened it up, put a real door, and it's a real pantry with shelves for a little bit more storage. Now, of course, for an old home like this, there are limitations, right? You can't enlarge the house unless you're going to do a room addition, but that was just going to be out of the budget. So you only have this kitchen to work with. But even with that, it's already a huge transformation. Ripped out everything, replaced all the old appliances with stainless steel, obviously the countertops, the cabinets to shaker style with the little knobs, cute pendant lights, really elegant. And you've got even glass cabinets on the uppers on this side of the kitchen, only over here on the right for display of nicer, china or other dishes. And the arrangement, of course, is limited by the fact that there's this window right here. So you do have to put the cabinets around it unless you're going to just bust through the side of the house, which is you know, a lot more costly with that brick and having to lay all that. That's just a whole other ball game. So did not want to touch that. And so that limits you on where you can put things, right? So the refrigerator has to be back in this corner. And actually, if we go back one slide, um, you can see, well, actually, we need to go back more than one slide. We don't actually see the, maybe it's not, well, maybe we can't see what I'm trying to show you, or maybe we can. It looks like you can see back in the corner there, the refrigerator space. But yeah, so we did get a couple of buyers who said, I don't like the refrigerator back in the corner. It's a little crowded when I am trying to open the refrigerator door, this right side, it kind of hits that wall and I'm crammed into the corner. But again, it's kind of like there's not a whole lot of options. You know, you got to have this range over here. If you did like a switcheroo with the range back in that corner, that's not so fun to be cooking shoved back in the corner either. So again, some limitations due to the age of the home, the architectural style and floor plans that were used back then, but we worked with it, you know, what we could. There's a beautiful tile backsplash, you know, new sleek brush nickel faucet. You can see the dishwasher there. So really gorgeous. I'm going to show you a different angle of the, let's see, the kitchen, which is here. So yes, you can actually see even more clearly. See the old wallpaper and everything. Yeah, just not a good situation. But we can see the transformation close up with the after photo. And wow, I mean, the after photo is just a kitchen that you would want to be in and enjoy yourself. And of course, even the kitchen can use some staging. You don't have a whole lot of furniture, but just a couple of bar stools and some pretty countertop decor does the trick. And then even, you know, the stager, we had them, or they decided to put little items inside the glass front cabinets. Now, check this out. Wow. Here is from inside the kitchen. I'm calling it the reverse angle. So you can see this ceiling is this meant to be decorative and back then was probably like super hot. And you can see here where the oven is built in, but this just doesn't look good for today, right? And so, and of course the tile flooring, no good. So we had to change all that. Here is the after looking from inside. So again, just much more open. Now you're connected to and can look out onto the dining area and the living area. Here in the before picture, it looks like you're working in a kitchen in a restaurant. And you're just like, you've got this little space and you're serving your food, you know, pushing it out to the waiter to go serve it to the table. So just not good, not open at all. Here is the larger view of this. You can see, you know, cute little cookbooks, some utensils, and just some greenery. Really freshens up the kitchen in the staging process. So it just makes it look really nice. And of course, the bowl of fake fruit. Okay, look at the study. A lot of things amassed over the years, pretty typical of a home where someone's lived, you know, for decades. You can see actually really nice built-ins here, but so cluttered, of course, with things that you're not really able to appreciate this space. And of course, you can't see it in this photo. In a previous photo, actually, if you happen to catch a glimpse, there's actually an accordion door that leads to the study. And look at the after. Wow, that makes me want to go and work, okay, in this home office. The built-ins are still here. This space, I think, was actually some sort of maybe AC ductwork or something that was behind the wall. So we've added the ceiling fan. There was nothing on the ceiling in the before picture, as you can see. So it was dark and dim. We didn't include any window treatments. The buyer was free to choose their own and personalize. But yes, just having the window opened up instead of this old curtain here. And then again, staging it to just make it feel so nice. And also letting people know what is possible with the space. How can you arrange things and how can you fit them in here? They really staged with so much detail, this open book, these little knickknacks and pencils and the artwork on the walls, and you know, some things on the shelves. And when you're staging, or even if you're living there and you're thinking, you know, I need to declutter, you don't have to have all your shelves filled, even if they're normally filled. You can remove a lot of the stuff and leave behind just a few decorative items and books for staging purpose. If you're not paying a stager and you just are doing it yourself and you have these items and you're living in this home. So that's a tip there. Let's move on to the primary bedroom, or the owner's bedroom. Again, just things kind of strewn about. You can see, in different stages of kind of disrepair. The carpet torn here. They were already starting to get rid of some of the things. Tattered old curtain. Even the doors, right? The no panel, just flat door with this old style light. Not very appealing, but look at the after. Wow. Again, stage, we replaced the carpet into a nice, more modern, light neutral color, a new modern ceiling fan up here. And, a bedroom, again, is just four walls. It's not a bathroom where you have countertops or other things to appreciate. There is nothing. It's just flooring and then paint. And so staging a space like this can really make a difference in just making it come to life. Okay. All right, so let's look next at the primary or owner's bath. This is the before. So this was actually updated since the 1960s. You can see the granite countertops, the cabinets are just a little more modern, but still dated for current times. The tile on the walls and the floor, they have the handicap accessible bars there with this old, I think it's a heater or something like that. And then of course, your medicine cabinet slash mirror, light combo at the vanity. Just again, not a great situation, but look at the after. So we replaced the old toilet, this small toilet, with a nice elegant large one, beautiful tile that has that nice modern veining, a new vanity, nothing really fancy even, with the countertop, and you've got the new plumbing fixture, just a plain mirror, but just is freshening it up from the previous look. And then a light bar across the top. You have a frameless shower glass door with a nice, modern brush nickel handle and hardware. And then you can see inside there the nice mosaic tile flooring, and then the tile continues in the surround inside there. And you actually, in the before picture, couldn't really see too much of what was inside the shower, but trust me, it's a really big improvement. Okay, the middle bedroom. So this was the worst of the two secondary bedrooms. So we're going to show this one. Just a lot of things kept over the years, needing to be gotten rid of. Stuff was spilling out of the closet, literally stacked to the ceiling almost. And so the sellers had to get rid of it all. And of course, going from this little light fixture, not very exciting, to a brand new modern ceiling fan and that nice new carpet, new window, and everything else. And next we have the hall bath, which you can see, really needs some cleanup. Just like the primary bath, it also has a bit of updating at the vanity. Even have the oval undermounted sink. But yeah, just a lot of work needing to be done. And you can see the after. So all of this older style tile on the surround for the tub and shower changed to the same tile that's used in all the other baths in the house. Again, brand new toilet. Because, this elongated oval toilet is what people prefer. It's bigger. You see on the before picture, that's that small circular style. It's really small. It's not as comfortable. And then there's also tile on the wall here, plus that old appliance that was removed. In the after photo, you can see nothing on the wall back there. We put in all new hardware too, right? Like the towel bar, the towel ring, and everything, all of the plumbing fixtures in the shower and also at the vanity, adding these couple little triangular shelves in the corner for people to put their toiletries. And so all these little details really make a big difference. And then I don't remember actually if this tub got replaced. It might have been because it looks definitely shiny and new. I don't think they could have cleaned it to make it look like that. So I'm not remembering clearly now because it's been a little bit, but yes. All right, let's take a look at the backyard. So before, obviously you can see the exterior of the house that was transformed as you saw in the exterior front photo, but they had this extra like covered and enclosed back porch, which is actually a positive thing, except for this is very DIY, kind of with sheet metal. It looked messy. There was a lot of stuff cluttering. Inside was just filled with things, and then outside as well. Again, these little stones, nothing was appealing. Now, the after picture I'm going to show you is actually shot from a different angle, but you can see just a concrete patio here. We just took out that whole enclosure because actually it made the inside dark. The dining area was dark because this was really blocking out so much of the sunlight. And then you can see again a rock garden replacing this unkempt area along the back wall of the house. And with all the new white paint, over everything, even all these little utility elements here, then hides that and masks it so that you don't see all of the junk that you see in the before picture. All right. And then, of course, just cleaning up the backyard. Over here, there was obviously you can see the landscaping in the before picture that's overgrown. So that's been cleaned up so it's not all hanging on the fence. So just looks so much better right now. You have to really pay attention to interiors and exteriors of a home. Here is where the biggest transformation was in terms of structurally and just functionality. So this house had a two-car garage, but the original owners, which is the previous generation, the parents of the seller, they decided they wanted to add that second floor addition. So what did they do? They added the staircase here. This is using up one half of the garage. So now you've lost one car of the two-car garage. So there's only a one-car garage over off to this side. So this half, they used this as a storage room. So good function. They obviously didn't think they needed the second car parking space, but today, people really do want the two-car garage. So we thought we needed to rearrange the staircase, and therefore it would have to reconfigure the garage apartment above the garage as well, because the staircase entering into that space in a different spot would require that. So look at the after. So this after picture, this door shows coming from the main house into the garage. Okay. So in the past, you would have come and then gone up the stairs immediately to the right. It may be a little confusing because the picture is actually shot from two different angles. But we relocated the stairs to, instead of running perpendicular to the overhead garage door, it's actually running parallel now. In the after picture, you can see it running along the back wall. The overhead garage door is over here all the way to the left that you can't see out of the frame. And so staining all of this wood, new, banister and balusters, and then a handrail along the wall to be in compliance with code and everything, leads you straight up to that garage apartment. And so you can see it's taking you up there where there's going to be a big open space that can be used as a bedroom, gym, game room, man cave, woman's cave, whatever. Lots of different options for a huge space. And you can see how this also affected the laundry. So again, when you used to come out, you would see the stairs over here. This is me looking into the laundry room with my back to the main house, to that, the door leading into the space. And then you can see this extra fridge over here, and then the washer and dryer. I'm glad this is blurred out, showing the seller's wife, because we don't want to reveal too much. And so, the washer and dryer felt like it was kind of in the house because this one car garage was now set off by this door. This door leads to the second car garage. Well, because we changed it, now you can see from the perspective, if I'm standing with the overhead garage door behind me, and then this door over here is you coming out. And so now when you look out here to the left is where that laundry area, this washer and dryer used to be, but now took out the old washer and dryer. It was not in good shape. The buyers could get their own. The water heater got relocated over here from another area. Here, some paint supplies were sitting when we took this photo, but you can see where the washer and dryer would go. And now it is completely in the garage, and you've reclaimed the two-car parking space, which is great. And then you can see how you can come up the stairs here, and this is the door to the side yard. So really a big improvement that still leaves some room for storage, just a little bit, because once you put the washer and dryer, actually, I'm not even sure how much room is left after that. Maybe you could squeeze some things in there. I don't know, along the sides, maybe at the corner over there if you have something that utilizes more of the vertical space. Okay, so the garage apartment upstairs was being used as a bedroom. Okay, it's huge, as you can see. If you I don't remember if this was a king size bed, but regardless, even if it's just a queen, you could definitely fit a king. There's still extra space. There was all this large furniture everywhere. So there was flexibility here. But of course, relocating the bathroom and the closet and the room and reconfiguring it was quite a chore. But look at the transformation. So a brand new window unit for the AC, in the after photo all the way over here. And you can see that the closet over here, there was a closet here. There was actually a second closet over here in the before picture. And of course, this one at the far right corner. And so we kept that one, but lost the other closet because the other closet would have been right here in the after picture. And so because the staircase needed to come up and then you need to enter the room from that door, then we lost that. And then the bathroom was relocated from, let's see, this door here would have gone to the bathroom in the before picture. So it would have been right next to the closet. And so it got relocated over here, all the plumbing and everything. So quite a lot of work. But again, that same nice luxury vinyl plank flooring in here and the paint and everything. And actually, as I'm looking, the doors, the interior doors were not replaced. You can see it's still the single flat doors, but just painted so they look fresh and nicer, so that people don't really notice necessarily that they're dated doors. And of course, new doorknobs and hinges, new door hardware entirely. Okay, the garage apartment closet, you can see the way that it looks from before. They actually had kind of the wood doors, and over here you can see the after. So still a good, similar amount of space, just freshened up, looking much nicer and brighter. Okay, now let's look at the garage apartment bath. Ooh, so that was the before. You can see me in the photo taking, or the mirror taking the photo. So yes, just kind of goes without saying, not looking good, very dated. And this was actually, the whole garage apartment was added on a couple of decades after the house was originally built, but still very dated by today's standards. And you can see the transformation here. Now, we did lose a little bit of space. So it's a smaller bathroom, but the sacrifice was worth it in the nice transformation and reclaiming that garage space. So you have just a single vanity instead of a double, and the toilet over there. Again, new toilet with the elongated toilet. And then just, yeah, the mirror, you can see the hardware, the light fixtures, everything just makes it look much better. The bathroom, it feels a little bit smaller, a little bit more cramped, but again, just the whole new look is a huge improvement. And of course, this is a closer up shot showing the toilet and the tub shower area. And this is the new shower. So no more tub, no room for that, but you can see the beautiful transformation of this shower. And actually the primary bathroom shower looks like that too. It has the same materials and this kind of look and the frameless glass. It just, because the picture I showed you earlier didn't show it extremely clearly. Well, actually, I didn't even show you this straight on angle in the primary bath. So now you can see what it looks like. It's a different size, but same finishes. So just a total transformation. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen share. And wow, right? I mean, a lot of work went into this, but it was definitely worth it. They were able to sell this property for well over like the amount that they paid in terms of the profit. So in other words, they spent over $100,000. Let me say this a little more clearly. They spent over $100,000 on the remodel. If they didn't remodel, the price point that they would have sold it at was, let's say it was here, the new price point was more than $100,000 over what they would have sold it for. I'm really not making any sense. I'm hungry. I mean, it's mealtime for me. So what I'm trying to say it was worth it. Okay, the money they spent, they recouped it. If they hadn't spent the $100,000 plus, they would have sold the home for more than $100,000 less than what they sold it for. Okay, so you always want to make sure, okay, if I'm going to sell this home for price A and I'm going to spend $100,000 on it, I want to be able to sell it for price A plus $100,000 and then some, to make all the time and effort that I put into it worth it, because it's not just a monetary cost. So in this case, they were able to recoup, and it was definitely worth it. And just a good feeling, right? To just be able to give this home new life, because it's not just about profits. It's about, wow, look what kind of a second chance this home got, and how much nicer it can look, and inviting, and just inviting a new family, a new generation of even younger buyers, right, to be able to move in and start to write their story at this home. So anyway, if you guys have any comments or questions, feel free to message me or post below, and please subscribe so you don't miss an episode on YouTube and or Facebook. I also post on LinkedIn, and I hope you'll like this video if you found it interesting and you learned some things. It can use this in your own remodel of a home perhaps, or just a partial update, even if you're not trying to sell, but you're just trying to enjoy your home in a new way. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time for Smarter Real Estate Weekly on Wednesdays. I'm Julie Tam. Have a great week. Bye-bye.